This is Team Fortress TV coming to you live from Gullywash. Admirable still here with Ryushi and Ducky. We're still going to be casting some ESEA action, but it's not that old snooze fest of Epsilon versus Saints anymore. It's going to be Fenneks eSports against I Stutter. It's going to be a good one. Ryushi, are you hyped?
Yes.
Excellent. That's what hype sounds like if you are English, guys. A lot of people may not realise that, but that was an intense excitement in Ryushi's voice, only detectable if you're actually from the UK.
I'm actually more excited than I've ever been in my entire life.
Dude, calm down, you know, try and stay focused for the cast, please. Contain yourself. I'm just watching the warm-up here. I see spies, snipers, pyros, all sorts. I would like to see a little bit of mayhem here once this gets underway. I have just confirmed actually with Funkadelic, hoping for a little bit of Tavik magic, you know, because I'm his #1 fan, and apparently his father. But it's gonna be Buttnose and Talash. No Tavik, he is their super backup. But Buttnose and Talash on scouts, and Funkadelic says he's as disappointed as I am. Smiley faces exchanged all around.
Well, I've heard some say that, you know, I've had a little bit of intel while you were gone in the break, Admirable, and someone said that basically Tavik was the only reason that they won against 425. So not having him playing, you know, scout or soldier, is that going to hurt their play? Are they better as their main classes, or are they better with their sub? That's, you know, quite a strange question.
I mean, I'm not saying that Talash and Buttnose are bad. Tavik is quite a sensational player, but Delzik and GF18 are just very strong dueling scouts. If they, I feel like if Buttnose and Talash take on a lot of one-on-ones or try to, you know, play like Tavik, be a hero, they might suck out. Maybe I'm just showing them a lack of respect here, but I think as long as I Stutter just play a solid game, don't try and come up with any heroics, they can definitely compete here against Fenneks, who themselves have changed Demoman recently. I understand that Kratos got benched, maybe even dropped from the roster, I'm not sure about that, but they did bring in another Finn. It's going to be super to bring their Finn count in the team up to 3. That's Salmon, Delzik and Super, all coming from the land of polar bears, reindeers, Santa Claus. No, wait, that's not Finland. Close enough.
Yeah, I mean, what do we know what happened with that at all? Is Kratos just not available as much, or is there any gossip? I don't know.
I think they didn't like the way he played. Because he seems to be making a new team on his own, so maximum drama there.
He's still on the roster on ETF12, so I don't think he's, you know, he's probably just on sub. Maybe he's not available as much. You know, I'm going to take the nice roster and say he's just, you know.
He's axed, man.
Okay.
I built him up too much in the pre-season article. Said he was going to be the next big thing, but no. He flopped, man. He flopped.
Well, it must be. It's your fault. We can blame you for any Prem drama, basically. Just by your articles.
Just by mentioning it, it becomes drama.
Absolutely.
The most mundane things. No, but I had some chats with Skage in the past, just discussing the team and how things were going. He didn't seem to be gelling too well with Kratos, or the combo of the pocket of Kalari and Skage. Didn't have the chemistry with them, so they've got somebody else in. I'm not sure if it's an upgrade, downgrade, whatever. Probably more of a side grade, but
if it works better for them, then it's a definite upgrade. If it allows them to do what they want to do and helps them with that, then it's a definite upgrade. Even if he's perhaps not as good a demo man, I'm not saying that he isn't, but if he's not, it's still an upgrade in my opinion. Teamwork, obviously the most important thing in Team Fortress 2. Except from hats.
He's up against the legendary Irish demo man / soldier Funkadelic. Like, how can you compete against someone from Ireland? Ask yourself that question.
Quite easily. They're not very good at anything.
Quite easily. Wow, you must remember if he's forgotten so soon our amazing Nations Cup campaign where we almost made it out of the group stages?
No. It faded into obscurity, to be honest. I was too busy watching England lose everything.
Oh, look. We've got 6 on the server for each team. We're going to have a hat on Medic for Did I Stutter. That guy is an absolute gentleman and a legend of the game. He's going to be pocketed by Linus. I believe Wolf will be taking up the roamer duties this season. I'm not sure if they switched that back. Funkadelic on demo. And then Thalash and Buttnose playing Scout. You can see Buttnose rocking Pyro at any given opportunity. Loves to switch off. That's his Highlander main class, or used to be anyway. Loves to play Spy and also likes to pretend he's a spy to his teammates if you ask Ips. That really freaks him out. Then on the Fenneks eSports side, you got Skeege, the Netherlands' #1 medic. He's going to be pocketed by Kilari, a Belgian. Some Benelux magic going on here. Then you're going to have a GF18 representing France on Scout. And those 3 Finns I mentioned, Sam and the Roamer, Super, the new demo man, and Delzik, the superb Scout. I'm looking for big Scout plays here from the Fenneks Scouts GF18 and Delzik to really hammer home some big meat shots for Fenneks. And I'm not really entirely sure how Did I Stutter are going to handle that. We'll see. 12 on the server. People are readying up. Teams are being called here. Skeege trying to claim blue. Oh, here we go. It's going to be 3 readies, 3 restarts, and then we're going live, Ryushi.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why did it do 3 restarts? I've never understood this. Okay.
Just to make sure everybody's ready and the game doesn't start.
At least I'm not the only one. Flash agreeing with me here in chat. He hates it as well. Match is going to be live here, and we're going to be running up to this first middle. This is going to be Teamfortress.tv with Admirable and Ryushi. Ducky on the stream, and Admirable if you'd like to take us through this first middle.
I'm watching Funkadelic roll out to his own choke, but already Super quite aggressive there. Pops a few stickies up in his direction. He's tagged Scout and Demo on that right hand side on the blue perspective. They're quite weak, but the whole combo from Fenneks pushes up on the left. Wolf getting taken out there by Delzik. Good protection. Salmon and Super will go down though, and Did I Stutter might be able to get into this. Linus had to trade there for the demo man. The position is good for Did I Stutter. Oh, Kilari finds Funkadelic with a big splash rocket there. Actually trade it out against the stickies. And now it's Scouts and Medics versus Scouts and Medics, laddie.
Yeah, Fenneks looking like they wanted to try and get in through their choke, but they've backed out now after taking a little bit of scattergun spam, and they're just going to regroup and then maybe Uber push against this. I mean, both teams got Uber, both teams are holding sort of close to the choke, and you know they look
Salmon
ready
might
to
get picked off here. Sorry, man, he's just peeking very close to the door there. Didn't realise there was a Scout and 2 soldiers there. Doesn't have the amazing outline plugin I have, courtesy of Blue Spec Hacks. Don't ban me, Valve. But Salmon again, very aggressive here at Big Door. If Did I Stutter were a little more confident and wanted to pick, they could have picked him twice there. But he will survive and ride his luck out now. It looks like the combos are going to jostle for position here onto Choke. Ryushi, the Uber comes in onto Wolf. Looks like he's playing pocket actually.
Yeah, it gets forced out like really early for both teams, I think. And in fact, Fenneks rotate over to the big doors to try and get some area. They pick off Linus, and that might be enough for them to want to push in here. In fact, yeah, they are. They're just going to force Did I Stutter out, and it's just going to be a free midpoint.
Yeah, that was nice from Skeege there. Just switched it up to the flank. Got that pick onto Linus over there. They managed to capitalise, taking a middle there. There should have been maybe a small advantage for Hat, but they haven't been building that well. And it's going to be very close. There's Thalash trading with Sam, and actually it's Buttnose who takes the place of Thalash there in the spawn queue, but both teams a player down. Will we see the classic Buttnose off class? Could he go Spy here? Maybe even Pyro. How hilarious would that be on a choke point like this in Gullywash?
Well, they just Uber him through and blast the enemy away while the flank gets aggressive. Maybe with the demo helping out that flank, I think that would really work.
He disappointed us though.
But he's not, no, he's running that scout. They're just going to be content to just play this cookie cutter and just try and find that advantage. But then again, if Did I Stutter backing off after only losing 1 scout, I mean, they can't be feeling too confident, which is obviously not good for the ramifications for the rest of the match.
Been flicking hit through here, checking out the unlocks, and I do spot a soldier using the pain train. I believe it is Sam, and he's going to jump into a lot of scouts. He's taking that extra hit scan damage. He will survive though, forcing out the Did I Stutter players and beating Linus for Delzik there. Delzik getting the frag, and Linus goes down again, first to die, and opening the door here for Fenneks again.
Once again, as soon as they lose that, they're taking that really, really defensive position. They're not risking anything. They're coming back, and in fact, yeah, the blue comes out. Oh, Supka gets dropped by his medic. Skeege not able to pop that Uber onto him, and it goes down to a sticky trap and then a crater, and that's going to be the signal for Did I Stutter to start pushing. They're trying to get in on this medic, but no, Wolf does not manage to take him down.
Look at that protection. GF18 going huge, destroying Wolf. Then Delzik finds Funkadelic. Demo man down right now. 3 players down. Hat is running for the big door. He's going to stay in a little bit to heal Linus. That might be his undoing. He will survive though. Both of them super weak. They're going to be able to get out and start to build up their charge. But Skeege already streaming into the lead with a 30% advantage, and they're moving up very quickly to take control of this point. They're going to be able to get it without contest here, I believe, from Did I Stutter.
Yeah, that looked great for them, and then they just lost 3 frags all of a sudden and had to just run away. I mean, Hat got a beautiful surf onto that sort of lower ground and was with his scouts, and then seemed to fall apart there. So nice sticky trap trying to go up on the door, but it gets spotted out by the blue team, and they just move straight into this lobby area. Trying to make, yeah, they look like they're going straight up onto that riverside. Going to jump a Solly in maybe. Try and go for the early force. But of course, Hat does not actually have this yet. He's only on 98, but now he's
Linus
got it.
might get picked here. Linus again with an aggressive position, peeks onto a soldier, now finds himself on 100. He's going to walk through a sticky, gives away a frag to Sukper. But meanwhile, Salmon and Kalari go down to Linus. That was Linus trading with him, wow. And Kalari bombed in obviously to try and get that force, but Hat has held on to it, and now they're going to push with that one-man advantage, but they realise that Skeege is up on Riverside. He's going to push with the Uber and the combo on the left-hand side. Now Hat reads it, comes back with the rest of his team, and both medics just playing mind games here, juking each other, and Skeege, just by pretending to go last and coming back, has bought his team time to respawn, and neither actually had to pop off Uber. A real cold war going on here, Ryushi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling threatened by missiles as it is. No,
duck and cover, man. Duck and cover.
No one outside of England will get that at the moment. They probably will, actually. Europe. Yeah, okay. I'm going to shut up. And we're going to go back to the game. This Uber's going to be coming in quite soon. No, it's just going to be a double solid bomb out of Kalari and Salmon. They're trying to find some kills. They find Funkadelic, actually. He gets picked up by Sopka. And that could be enough to push, but probably against the heavy, it's not. You know, both Ubers are up right now, and they really wanted that force out of Hat, but he holds it on like a pro. And just, you know, just refusing to click that right mouse button. Really helpful for his team.
Incredible medic there from Hat. A lot of medics would have popped whenever they saw 2 soldiers coming in, but he waited to make sure that Skeege had not Ubered either, and he held on to it like a boss. And again, this stalemate resumes. Both teams trying to find a way to get in here. We might see 4-man suicide now from Fenneks. They tried the 2-man, and it didn't work. Hat still holding forward. And there is a heavy weapons guy here. Oh! Delzik gets dropped by Skeege. They tried to do a double scout Uber there. And Wolf is going to be able to get the full 8 seconds of the charge here. He's trying to push out, pick up GF18 as well. And they really should try and use this as their opportunity to push. Wolf has continued. Gets a frag onto Sukher. Makes it a 3k there from that Uber defense. Goes down himself. Buttnose finds Skeege. And there seems to be nobody. Oh, 2 players coming on the back cap. Both soldiers are going for it, and it's up to Hat to try and block last, but he reads that his scouts have the ×4 on the point. He doesn't have to commit there and stays alive. There is a soldier behind enemy lines though. It is Sam, and he's on 50 HP, and Kalari actually stopped to fight Linus on the riverside to give Sam a chance to make it onto the point, but the fact the scouts were camping the point was just meant there wasn't enough time for him to cap last. But very interesting passage of play there, a lot going on, and I'm really enjoying this game so far, Ryushi.
A Wolf picking up 2 as he jumps out of top, and they're losing players left, right and centre, but Fenneks is coming out the worst of it, especially as they're going to have to retreat up because he's only got 100 health. In fact, Did I Stutter are going to push on that. They're going to try and get aggressive. They know they've done a lot of damage, so they know that they can take this fight, especially as the Solly comes in. Oh! It's going to be a huge air shot from Linus, taking down Subka. That was a direct, it did not hit the wall. And that should be the push, but they're backing out again. The respawns come in time, but Salmon goes down, and they can push this. They've got the health, they've got the number advantage. Especially as Salmon goes down. Come on, come on guys.
Wolf is coming through on choke as well. At the same time, keeping the scouts at bay. Comes in for a pick onto GF18 and already forced Delzik out. right now. The Ubers have been traded, but Skeege is trying to get out here, committed to the lower ground though, and really struggled to get out of that one. Hat is unable to be saved by Funkadelic. Those rockets now splash through players. Salmon able to pick up an easy 2k there, makes it a 3k. Tries to go into the face of Linus, will not be able to get him. Linus picks up the lunchbox medkit there, and now finds himself being surrounded by blue players. He's going to get scarred down there by Delzik, and Wolf is the only man alive. There comes the quick 3 spawn, and Hat is back in this Uber game. Both medics running that normal medigun. No crit streak just yet, Ryushi.
Skeege an absolutely beautiful bait there as he ran straight through his own choke. Whilst Lubid, with the entire red team chasing him straight into his demo and his scouts, and they just got cleaned up and absolutely out-fragged. Skeege went down, but it doesn't matter because it's let them take this second point and move up and pressure last once again. He's got a slight disadvantage, but it's only 10%, 20% maybe. That shouldn't really be enough for them to push out, especially as they've run a heavy now. No other off classes though.
This game is definitely shaping up to be a long one. We're going to see another attempt here by Fenneks to push. Looks like a suicide attempt here. Oh, Hat holds on to it again, but he sees rockets coming his way and has to pop off. Skeege has managed to hold on to his. He didn't even have it at that time. He's still building it up here. He had been buffing his players there to send them in for that bomb, and still doesn't have charge. He's just about to get it, but he's 2 players down. It looks like they're going to work forward a little bit, but they're going to know they have plenty of time here to sit and wait at least 30 seconds before that Uber charge will be even close to happening for Hat again. And Fenneks have Did I Stutter at their mercy now. They can pick and choose how they want to take them apart here, Ryushi.
I think they're looking to really sit. Yeah, they're going straight in from that riverside with the double Uber onto a scout and a demo, and they're just trying to focus down that heavy, and he goes down. Linus and Buttonose go down as well, and that's going to be enough to lash everyone just getting cleaned up. Hat getting a Ubersaw kill onto Delzik, but it's not going to be enough. There's no one on the point. There's sticks, and it's not going to be enough. That's going to take it to 1-0 to Fenneks.
I like the fact that Fenneks didn't really bother with the point. They just went for those frags, knew they had that advantage, and that they could just kill everybody and then cap the point. Going into our second middle now though, it's going to be Medigun versus Medigun. No off classes thus far. It will be 2 scouts and 2 soldiers against the same. Super rolls out from his own choke, starts spamming it on to those soldiers as they come through big door, and he's chipping away at their health. And already Did I Stutter taking up quite a defensive posture here. There's Linus going to go in, but the rest of his team weren't ready to push. He's going to die. The lash onto Salmon as both roamers go down. The defenses are good here, but Botnose finds Delzik and will get revenged there by GF18, but looks like the scouts are picking up all the frags here in middle as Talash also gets Kalari.
Yeah, Funkadelic putting out a great amount of damage on that mid. You know, he lost a couple of players, but that was just sort of like distraction suicides for him to just put out stick damage, and scouts come in and clean it up, you know. Classic way to play TF2. Really, really great to watch.
Scouts are OP. There's Salmon gets lunched skywards. I don't think that was his intended bomb trajectory, but he could get juggled up to the gods there and then slammed down. Wolf gonna get the credit for that frag. With a man advantage here, you would expect Did I Start to push, and they get an Uber in directly from main with a single soldier. Hat's trying to make it out now, but he might get juggled by the stickies. He's maybe gonna bait in the counter Uber, and oh, a little bit of a meat grinder there as Funkadelic gets Kalari. Salmon has just respawned, and the man advantage stays in favour here of Did I Stutter. They can continue to push now. The Ubers are out of the equation. You're going to see Funkadelic peeks in from that top balcony, tries to spam, gets pressured out. And as everybody fights around that door, yeah, scouts come in. Just like Epsilon, man.
Oh, great. It's just Buttonose by himself, just running in, standing on the point, while the heavy's sort of looking at him. Not going to be enough. I'm going to be running this third middle right now. I'm going to be watching as Subka rolls out to mid. He's taking that big doors, trying to get aggressive onto that choke, trying to put some sticks down, but it looks like the enemy demo's gone the exact same route, and they're both coming in from their big doors, try and put some aggression out there. And no one's going down so far. A lot of players getting that sort of trying to keep that height advantage on the midpoint. In fact, the soldier gets aggressive straight onto Subka, but it doesn't happen. Wolf and Linus both going down there. And Did I Start put in a bad position now? They've lost both their scouts and a soldier. Both their soldiers and a scout, sorry, and they're just backed up. Made the correct decision to run away.
Gonna have to call you out there a little bit. Funkadelic actually rolled out to choke, and Subka just pre-fired him with 2 or 3 stickies, had him down to 20 HP, and Hat had to go and heal Funk, so there was no heals there for the rest of Did I Stutter, and I think as a result of that, they lost that middle. And already...
Oh, I didn't see him at choke. He must have been like way out before I even lifted the camera. Wow.
Maybe we're looking at the wrong choke, man. You know, he comes from the red choke. He's on the red team.
I'm not the cleverest with directions, so probably. But blue team, of course, you know, a familiar position for them. They're pressuring this last point, but they lose Delzik and Salmon. I'm pretty sure that was a double soldier bomb, and it took Hat, and it's what they wanted. They finally get the double soldier bomb that works correctly. And Skeed's now with that 100 Uber advantage. Once his soldiers come up, they're just going to be pushing straight into this last point. And just looking to focus down that Heavy, who's going to have overheals by that point, but not going to be enough.
The lash on Pyro here, he's close. He finds the Scout, is going to be able to juggle him. Too many targets there, he can't air blast everybody. And as the Uber fades, a lot of players are being forced down onto the point here to try and drop it or block it. That's going to be a great opportunity for Sukur to put in a lot of damage. He's going to land a pipe onto Linus. Calrig picks up Hat as well on the respawn, and Fenneks with a quick round there to make it 2-1. And the next round for Fenneks will bring us to halftime here under these ESEA North American, well, they're European rules now, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to see what Did I Stutter can counter with. I mean, they countered that second round really, really well. Once again, Funkadelic rolling out choke, like you said, and actually manages to get there before Supka gets that early damage onto him. But there's a scout straight in his face, taking him down. That's Delzik with the meat shots. And they've got the huge advantage at choke now with no Devilman coming out of Did I Stutter. They're just going to have to back straight away. They lose the lash on the rebound. In fact, Blue really trying to get aggressive through this choke. A scout onto Hat. That's Delzik taking him down when he's got 5 health. Buttnose with the counter kill, but Did I Stutter just falling apart and losing everyone coming out of that middle.
Funkadelic unable to get into that middle either, and just looking at the scoreboard there, you can see he's holding up the bottom with 9 points. Really needs to just take a moment and think about what's happening on middles and then various points try. He's actually the caller for the team, or used to be. I'm not sure how it's playing out these days, but here comes that full Uber charge from Fenneks. They're going to lead and actually drop Sukur on entry. Hat has respawned, but he's nowhere near charge. It's going to be just straight old heals here as Fenneks make a play for the point, but get shut down. A scout comes in as well, and Linus is going to pick up 2. They'll make it 3 for Linus as he gets both soldiers. And Delzik, that's going to be a solid hold. Skeelj is alive, but he's not building right now. He's on 0% charge. And that might pay dividends for Did I Stutter later as they begin to push. They might be able to get some momentum and get back into this game. Can they make it 2-2? Time will tell.
I think they can. They've definitely got this second point. Whether they're going to be able to push off that, I mean, they've got a huge Uber advantage. The soldier's trying to come in from choke. The stick trap's at choke, but they wisely think, you know, not to go there, and they've rotated over. No, rotating back again. Wow. You do the opposite of what I say. Good job, guys. Thanks for making me look like an idiot. In fact, they're Ubering straight in through this choke right now. The soldier and the scout coming straight in, trying to get aggression, trying to get through. The nice skip by Wolf, but it doesn't do anything. All they do is pick Salmon off on the flanks, but it should be enough to just cap them the midpoint, and with the man advantage, hold the point, although Skeech does, of course, have 85%.
They Ubered, I guess, because they were maybe fearing the sniper of GF18, but they had a man down, and they know there's a sniper. If they just want to, they could just continue to push there. Like, the sniper has to hit a shot at close range to really hold that, but they wait, they just take the point. They're going to play it safe here and allow Skeech to get his charge. There's GF18 going to peek in from Big Door, find Buttnose with the body shot, and that's going to force Did I Stutter to back out. They're going to play it like chess here, man. They're playing the long game. They're going to get out of there and wait until they have a suitable advantage, or at least an even playing field here. As this middle point gets capped, of course, Hat's Uber is building up to that 100%, and it turns into a classic Uber stalemate here between 2 and 3 on the Gully Watch. But they have to be fearing that sniper at Big Door. They're picking here, and 2 players are very overcommitted. The Lash and Linus in deep on Big Door. They're going to go down, and Hat's going to be forced to Uber here, but already Wolf gets focused down by the sticky fire of Super, who actually makes that a 3k at Big Door with a little help from his friends. And really, Did I Stutter looking to be all over the place. Not just the fact their Gibbs are all over the place, but their whole team play and strategies just seems a little mangled.
Yeah, they really weren't expecting Fenneks to come in, like, you know, the whole team come through big doors, and it just completely screwed them over as they lost 2 so early on. It's just not something you want to do at all. Supka almost blowing the sticks into his friendly soldier, but not quite managing that. You know, once again, it's a familiar position for him. You know, they win this, this will take us to half time and give us that extra half an hour of the second half. That half a lot. But GF18 picks Buttnose once again. Buttnose, you're walking in sniper lines. That's twice that's happened now, and that's going to signal the Uber. There's a scout on the point. Solly already on the point, should I say? Pain train.
He fooled us both, man.
Yeah. That takes it to half time. 3-1 for Fenneks. You know, Did I Stutter? They look strong in that second round, but they seem to be able to continue with that, really.
I think this halftime is a real godsend for Did I Stutter, because they really need to just take a few minutes, breathe here, and analyse what exactly they are doing wrong. They need to come up with a new plan on middle, and that's a big plus for this rule set for me. Don't feel too strongly about the first to 5, whatever, but halftime, this could be a great comeback here for Did I Stutter. I'm not going to overhype it, but you know, I'm just saying it's going to be 5-3 Did I Stutter.
That's once again you've done the
let that one hang in the air.
The caster's curse. You've hit the caster's curse again.
You need to counter it quickly. Say
Epsilon to win. There, that's a prediction that I don't think can be wrong at the moment. There we go.
I'm just checking the Twitch chat, of course, at halftime, and Atmo loving it when I go hoarse. Just a real lack of water here. I did do a big dirty clearage of my throat there off mic. I can, of course,
there we go. Second half starting. Tab back in.
I'll upload that for the fans later. Oh man, it was flammy. But we're gonna go to another half of Team Fortress 2. The match is live as the giant green text tells me on the screen. The sides have changed. It's gonna be Fenneks in the red and Did I Stutter in the blue. Supka rolling out from Big Door, and so is his opposite number, Funkadelic. They're gonna move the way up the right hand side and just trade territory here. There is a little scout flank coming up though from Buttnose, who pokes at Skeege and actually gets shut down there. But both teams managing to keep 4 players up, and the scouts are both up here for Did I Stutter, and that's what you want come the end of the round. But the lash gets absolutely annihilated, but Buttnose straight into Kalari, and he's really able to pressure hard onto Sukbar, who lands a pipe but unable to get the clean up. Now the Uber comes in from Skeege, and Hat is only a 99%. He will get it up and pops off, but they're down low here on that low ground. The respawns are coming in for both sides now, but the positional advantage might be good for Fenneks. Soldier jumps up, Wool picks up 2 there, but... Or sorry, Wool picks up 1, goes down, and Linus gets the second onto GF18, and this middle will not die. No one is going to win this one, Ryushi. It will go on forever.
Nah, Fenneks have got to back out here. They haven't got enough health. Oh, I say that, both solids jump in. But they were low. That was a bluff right there. They didn't have that much health. They jumped in to look strong, and Did I Stutter fell for it, to be honest. So you know, as you were saying, mind games coming out of Fenneks, and they're winning in pretty much all the mind games so far. Skeege leading his team well.
The Uber engagement or the Uber trade there just didn't work well for Did I Stutter. Because of the fact they were forced to drop down, and they couldn't really get much done there. But as the play continues, Fenneks going to take control of blue lobby, buying into some blue real estate there. They got players behind everywhere looking for frags on the flank, but everybody from Did I Stutter is actually positioned in front of them. And this is a great opportunity for Did I Stutter just to clean up behind. They can use their Demo Man and Medic to hold back the Fenneks combo here and send everybody else with buffs to go and kill these players up top. I'm not sure if they've realised that's exactly what's happened, because they had nobody behind to spot them. Delzik is going to get Buttnose's first frag off this Uber engagement. Happens away from the charges, and Fenneks actually giving them the old runaround, managing to outposition them onto the point after the Ubers retreated in what could have turned it into a nice situation for Did I Stutter. They actually find themselves down another point and with no Uber, although it is equal for both medics.
I can't think of anything to say about that push. I'm just going to go and carry on with the casting rather than the analysis, and it's going to be red team sort of, you know, just building that Uber with the Boston Basher. Just wait, they know they can be passive. They're 3-1 up, and they've got half an hour left in this match. You know, maybe slightly less than that now. And after that, you know, that first half, Blue's going to be a little bit demoralised. They're just going to take this slowly. They're going to move up into that riverside area and then probably jump 2 soldiers in. It's the tactic they've been favouring so far. And it looks like they're going to be doing the same thing again. 1 soldier jumps in.
Oh,
maybe just sending 1 in.
From me in as well. Delzik and Salmon both get chewed up though and spat out. Wolf and Thalash claiming those frags. And the Uber got popped off though. That is what they were looking for. Hat couldn't hold that one. And they need to act quickly if they want to try and get the force off, but they have to be careful not to sack too many players. Kalari finds the lash as Skeege's Uber comes in and they drop 2 for that. The respawn wave coming in now for Fenneks. Delzik is going to be in this fight very soon, but the frags keep coming in favour of Fenneks. Did I Stutter looking to be troubled by this push? They just can't hold on. Funkadelic will go down to the humiliation frag there from Delzik, and that's going to be 4-1 in favour of Fenneks now. They're in the ascendancy here, Ryushi.
Yeah, they've got that confidence boost, they've got the morale high, they know that they can do this. And they're going to be coming up to this middle, you know, really confident that they can get that early damage out and then finish it up. I mean, it was a long middle last time, but this Solly jumping in on the left side, it's not going to be enough. He doesn't sort of jump in far enough, and both teams just sort of holding the enemy's choke. And in fact, Salmon going to be our first frag, and Linus jumps in, takes down Skeege, and Wolf gets Kalari. Both soldiers down for once again for Did I Stutter, but it's not going to be enough. Subka and GF18, the only ones up. And they're going to have to back off, you know. Maybe that confidence being a little bit shaken, maybe they're a little bit overconfident there. And they lose that middle. Quite convincingly as well.
Glad to see Did I Stutter getting a foothold on this game. This is like match point for them. The next round they lose will be the one that ends it. There's a sniper up top though. GF18 has respawned on the scope. He hasn't been spotted out yet, but Hat seems wary. He's going to stay close to the wall, and Salmon will bomb round. Oh, Hat drops actually. Salmon lands a good rocket there as Hat tried to surf away. Actually landed on the ramp, which can be a bit of a sweet spot for a soldier. And I think GF18 might have got him anyway. It might have been something to do with a little body shot there. Who knows? But Hat goes down. This push is looking like a categorical failure here for Did I Stutter. Skeege survives. He got 60% charge. And they still have their demo man up. They're going to be able to push ahead here, try and lock down middle. But what will Did I Stutter do? Will they sack any more players here? Will they be happy just to give up the point? They're going to send in... Ooh, Scout Delash runs in, finds a frag onto Salmon, and that might be enough for them to continue to contest here.
They haven't got the positioning for it. They'd either be coming in off the low ground or trying to force their way through the choke. And with Subka still up, they can't go choke and they can't go low ground as well. Especially, although they've gone for the off-class play, which I think is a nice play. It's something that needs to be changed up, something that needs to happen for them to actually do stuff. And there it is, Buttnose taking that headshot on Subka as he walks through the choke, and that's what they need. Did I Stutter can push now, you know. Maybe try and get a little bit more damage out before they do, but then they can go, you know. I mean, they've still got that sniper, it's going to hinder their push a little bit, but he can hit shots like that on demand. It's, you know, it's going to be enough.
But no, switches back from that respawn sniper spot to Scout as his team get that charge and begin to push. They're going to bring in Soldier with the full 8 seconds. Good positioning there from Funkadelic, didn't commit and forced his medic to flash him. And Ubers are traded effectively here. The health is still good for Did I Stutter, but Salmon is pretty weak. They're actually Wolf and Delash also very low. Oh, I feel like Did I Stutter are going to lose this one. 2 players down actually. And now they're trying to move back, but they find the flank has been busted open by Scout and Soldier. There's Kari following up on Delzik, who goes down. Somehow Did I Stutter turning this into a successful hold. Skeege on an Uber disadvantage as well. There's about 20% in it. And as Subka refuses to leave that situation, if only he'd pressed tab and seen the scoreboard he might have got. He's probably going to have thrown his medic Skeege like a lamb to the slaughter here. He can't get... Oh, the last pistol shot from Thalash is enough to finish off Skeege. And also, there is a sniper on the field now for Delzik. It is, yes, Delzik sniping.
Yeah, Did I Start holding that just because of Wolves with a clutch 3k just before going down at choke, taking down both scouts and a soldier, and of course without that it's very hard for Fenneks, although they had that demo, but he went down as well, of course. Now they're losing players, you know. Delzik that early frag, and the Solly jumps in, tries to get onto Hat, but it's not going to be enough. He doesn't manage to do it, and that's going to be a second point with that huge Uber advantage. But Did I Stutter, they can push this last point, and if they can get a relatively good enough positioning and a good enough entry frag, which I think they are going to try and go for the Solly straight out of main, that 8-second Uber, although they're going to flash straight into the demo, try and get in early, take down that heavy as early as possible. Yeah, he goes down, and then just look for the clean-up frags. There we go, that should be enough. They need to focus the point right now, and they're getting that Solly on point. Solly jumps in, it's not going to be enough. Kalari goes down as well, and that's going to take it to 1-1 on this second half, and 4-2 overall.
The mercy shown by Buttnose there, picking up 2 Beaver frags, gets Kalari and Skeege. We're going to go to middle once more, 4-2 as you say. Did I Start perhaps going to get some momentum rolling here? It's going to be very important that this middle isn't a train wreck for them though. Thus far, Funkadelic has managed to survive as they move up onto the red side. Both teams trading position. Fenneks, Salmon first to die, and Wolf feels it's his opportunity to go in, but actually gets destroyed there by GF18. And Delzik, the anti-air scatterguns, doing work. Now it turns into a 4-on-4 situation. But it looks like I Stutter have got their backs to the wall here. They keep walking backwards and they're not making it towards the choke as GF18 finds the lash. Now they're going to move into that blue big door. Uber gets popped off here as Hat feeds the need to save Funkadelic, but Skeege is nowhere in sight. He's not going to be able to get that force off, and doesn't want to go in and suicide there. They're just going to try and use position to counteract this Uber disadvantage. Sticky's position there on big door from Funkadelic. Won't get the force, but Kalari takes a lot of damage, and Skeege must pop to save him. This is pretty good. This is what they were hoping for. And there's still a soldier up there. Oh, who is that escaping up top with a very low HP? Of course, it's Linus, gets the big kit. Finds Salmon and Funkadelic onto Skeege. This has just been a nice little masterclass in positioning, and
Subka kills himself right at the end. And that puts it down to a wipe. I don't think he was even in the fight. Where was he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, they can take this middle, and they get the forward spawns coming out of Fenneks though, but they lose Salmon really early on, and ooh, Delzik. Still in there, he's still trying to get that close range headshot onto the Lash who's sat on the point, but it looks like he's back spawned now. They're going to be just trying to defend last. They lose GF18. That might be enough for them to actually push, but Hat gets, yeah, Hat gets forced. Maybe not.
I think they're going to continue. Their health is pretty good. It's not great, they don't have a lot of buffs. Oh, Funkadelic drops into the sticky trap of Zukper, and that will spell the end of this push. Hash calling for his scouts to retreat. He's going to build rapidly here with the Lash and that Boston Basher. Wolf standing there watching lower, but there's nobody up top at the minute. As I say that, Buttnose goes and peeks up top. He might just be going into his death though, as Kalari and the combo come up there, and that was probably a little bit unnecessary. We're going to see Linus walk forward here, and that's going to be 2 easy frags for Fenneks for really nothing. Weren't even close to forcing Skeege's Uber. He was just trying to get a scout pick there. But Spawn will come in at the back now, so it's going to be a few seconds before there are 6 players from I Stutter ready to contest this, and by that time the point will probably be capped, Ryushi.
Yeah, they're not even going to get the forwards. Well, did they? No, they're not. And that's such a shame. It's really going to hinder their defense of this second point, especially as Fenneks are just rushing straight through that big door. Funkadelic gets that Uber 8 seconds in straight onto him, and he's going to be able to force out the red combo. But there's players all around him. I think the scouts just really playing that flank. They're playing in lobby. They're playing those
Salmon's coming
kits
out of the lobby. He's on to choke here. He's just a little bit out of sync. Probably miscommunication there from his team, who were telling him that the I Stutter combo was moving through choke about now, but he goes in and is immediately shut down there by the entirety of I Stutter, and that gives him a real opportunity to walk in here for free on choke as the flank initiates. Actually, you're going to see Linus jump up there, take a lot of damage, will get chased down by Delzik, but he may be trapped in no man's land here. Actually picks up a 2k. Delzik just going to town on the Lash. Mentioned it in the pre-game that in the one-on-ones I would expect the scouts of Fenneks to come up trumps, and I'm going to use that one frag to justify my entire argument. How do you like that, Ryushi?
No, I'll agree with you. I think in the one-on-one matchups and the two-on-two, the scouts of Fenneks have definitely been winning. But Buttnose and Thalash, you know, they've got pretty good positioning. Buttnose perhaps going down a little bit too early in these Uber engagements, and in fact that another one is coming up straight off the choke. Both just Solly and Demoman versus the Demoman, and now they come in to clean up, try and put some damage down. Supka getting the air pipe onto the wall, but he goes down, and Buttnose actually coming in and with the Linus as well, getting that few frags and getting that 4 frags. It's now Skeege and Salmon. They're having to back right up. They're running away through their big door, and I Stutter can easily retake this middle point.
Yeah, it's just like the power of the defender's advantage there. A few extra seconds of Uber and the fact that you have to run back as the aggressor through a choke point didn't bode well for Fenneks. Now they find themselves having lost middle, defending their own second point. Both medics still sticking with that Uber charge. We're going to see a sniper, of course, from GF18 in that resup. He's going to hide though. He's not going to show himself. He's going to wait for the calls from his team until he knows that the blue team is either coming in through the choke or the big door. Then he will appear from the shadows to pop off a big body shot, maybe 450 HP headshot. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, Hat's rotated over to this big door, and he looks like he wants to get aggressive through there, but the Demo Man spam coming out of there. They still don't know about this sniper. Like you said, he's ready and waiting. He's watching Choke at the moment, which in fact I think is where they've rotated back over to Choke to try and push through that Choke. They've lost the Uber advantage. They had 20%, and they could have gone on that, but because of the times wasted by the Demo Man, by Supka spamming, they've just lost it, and it's just going to have to be an Uber v Uber. And just waiting for GF18 to get a pick, basically, now.
Yeah, and this is one of the sort of caveats of the NA rule set, that there is so much time, you don't have to go in and make some rash plays. Right now, like if this had been an ETFL game, it may even have been over, but Did I Stutter would be finding themselves 4-2 down and having to go in here into a situation they probably wouldn't favour. Right now, they have the luxury of being able to try and work a pick. They go in and trade Ubers as it happens on Choke. Supka taking a lot of damage before Skeech popped off, and they might be unwise to push here. Skeech peeks in almost as if to bait Did I Stutter, but Supka is just reloading those stickies and now putting down a lot of hurt onto that choke point. Did I Stutter going to struggle to get through there, but meantime Salmon taking a lot of damage on the flank, forced back into the lobby to pick up a kit, and it's going to be nothing happening here. All quiet on the western front, no lives lost, and we're going to go into a little bit of a stalemate as both teams poke each other with long pointy sticks.
Yeah, GF18, he tried to get off a shot on the flank when the Uber came in, but he didn't get anything. Took one shot and then backed out and went straight back over onto Scout. And once again, both combos rotating over to the big doors, trying to get in through here. Funkadelic leading the charge as team, you know, they managed to sort of split up the red team, and in fact, the Lash coming in off that big doors takes down Salmon. He gets counter-fragged really, really early. And Funkadelic, actually, he's got the full health. In fact, yeah, the Uber gets popped off on him. They've trapped out Fenneks straight at their own choke, and they're sort of stuck molting this Uber amongst three of them, but Supka gets Wolf, and Did I Stutter once again backing up. They're getting completely sort of surrounded by the flank players in lobby behind them, and the combo players at choke in front of them, and they just got having to back out. I am actually stuttering right now, which is kind of ironic.
Smart Ubers from Skeeds, like whenever you've seen it a few times, whenever he pops off those milked Ubers, he doesn't try and chase down the combo all that off. Quite a few times we've seen him just hit the flank, and there you saw GF18 picking up 2 soldier frags. He'd already softened up one of them and was able to finish him off later whenever he got that Uber flash, but losing those 2 frags on the flank meant that it was a good Uber exchange for Fenneks, as Did I Stutter find themselves at a continued man disadvantage. They've lost a few more there, and they are on to last, and if Fenneks want to, they could just push in for free, but they're going to wait for charge, and perhaps we'll see one of those suicides they've been so keen to show us thus far in the game.
I think it's going to be, once again, that double soldier trying to jump in, but he gets shut down. Salmon going down to that heavy butt nose.
It's a sky!
Delzik running up the stairs underneath the heavy's minigun, circled around him without butt nose noticing him.
He's done it every time, man. He's done it every time, and Did I Stutter haven't picked up on it. That time he managed to get the force off, but it's like Fenneks are really telegraphing this fact. They're going to send a soldier in from Riverside. Everybody's looking at Riverside for the air shot, and Delzik just runs in main, and nobody's been watching it. That time he managed to get the force off. 2 frags come in now as Did I Stutter forced to chase. Here comes the bomb in from Kalari, but he's protected by Funkadelic, who then focuses attention onto the choke point, but there's a scout behind. Everybody's dropping onto the point here for Did I Stutter. If only there was a demo man up for Fenneks, he would be able to clean up, but Supka is dead. And it's all on Salmon and Delzik to try and make something happen, but they just don't have the damage there, and they're gonna go down here. That's almost a wipe. Skeej will survive. He's on 31%.
He's going for this. He's going for the cap. Is he going?
What?
Oh, that was so close.
Oh.
So close for Skeej. Just running past the soldier that was protecting bottom. Just completely ignoring him. He knew he had full buff, and in fact that Flash actually trying to get aggressive onto the demo man of Supka, but it's not going to happen. He survives on 3 HP because Delzik came in to save his buddy.
I was casting on the assumption there that Skeej had managed to make it out. Thankfully, you were paying attention to the game as I was flying ahead to the second point. That could have been clutch F2 style medic back cap, but
there was still like 5 players around of it. It probably wasn't going to happen, but it was so close.
We can only dream.
Yeah, indeed.
Skeej respawns, and it's 75% Uber disadvantage. Did I Stutter are very wary of the spy play, but Actually, there are no spies on the field here for Fenneks. They do have a sniper though. They're just trying to play a smart positional game here, hold at choke and use the sniper to beat out the Uber pop from Did I Stutter. But the fact that
oh dear.
That's why you don't walk through the door at the same time, guys. Snooker picks up a 2k on main, but at least Hat was able... No, popped off his Uber as well, and that's the horrible sort of reactionary Uber where you see Stickies try to Uber in time, but already your team are dead. That's like the medic nightmare situation. Oh, look at this scout juking in there. Delzik comes in to Sneaky, then reappears from the stairs onto Hat. With 3 shots, he's going to take him down. It looks like a little bit of a pause here. Do they allow pauses in ESEA?
Yes, I think so. It's Medigan. This Medigan is floating. Hat has literally just died to Delzik, who came in from big doors. Everyone's not looking at him. They're all... If you look at the positioning of Did I Stutter, every single person is looking at that riverside with that jumping soldier of Salmon. And Delzik just walked in out of slidey doors and took down Hat. Every single person on Did I Stutter is looking at that riverside. It's just... They're getting caught out by simple bluff plays. Which is... Okay, Source TV reconnecting, which means the server went down. I'm guessing means Fenneks won the match, and then they immediately shut down the server.
Nah, I don't think ESA would do that to us. Surely not. But I'll just check and see. Maybe the STV crashed and there might be a new IP, something like that. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Panicking.
Oh, it does say it's completed. Wow, we missed it. I'm gonna get a little message here from Sam, and he says it's over. And wow, Ryushi, you're 100% correct. It's gonna end at 5-2 to Fenneks there.
Yeah, so not as close a game as we'd hoped, but definitely a lot closer than the Epsilon game from beforehand.
Salmon messaging me here on IRC to confirm that. Maybe he says Ski's got a 6, man. You missed it. Wow.
I can believe that.
Assuming he's trolling. But if you want, guys, you can of course download the STV demo, or Spec TV as they call it on ESEA. Just go to the match page. A little bit of an anticlimax, but really a well-worked victory from Fenneks. He just seemed to be the superior team throughout that engagement.
Okay, I'm looking at stream chat now, and Rika Chisel, which I think is Rikachu, who is a North American demo man, is saying that usually people stay in the server so it doesn't shut down. And I'm guessing if everyone leaves once the match is finished, it automatically shuts down.
Oh wow, there we go, a lesson learnt there for the ESEA EU virgins. Stay on the server please for 90 seconds. You're going to make me very angry. Don't make me unleash the pledge on you.
Then again, NFO will shut it down no matter how many people are in it. NFO, what's NFO? Guessing that's possibly an ESEA server provider. Basically, we lost the end of that match. There's not going to be enough. We're not going to catch that. But Fenneks taking that to 5-2, did you say? Yeah, 5-2.
5-2, baby. They're going to hit that cap limit, that win limit. And, yeah, just outclassing there. I was a bit underwhelmed by the performance of Funkadelic. Maybe it wasn't his fault, maybe the team weren't playing in a way that enabled him to get into the game, but Super, a demo man who I hadn't really rated in the past, seemed to do quite well. But really, Delzik in GF18 living up to the hype and coming up with some nice plays, I felt.
I'm getting told off by Mana in stream chat. I think it's me. It's either me or Rikachu.
Let's clarify here. What's happening?
I'm not sure. Basically, the server shut down. We missed the end of the game. That's definitely happened.
Mana, aka Nullflow, is just that guy that loves to argue, right?
Oh, okay.
He may. That's where we employ him here at TFTV. Just loves to have a good old Barney. But anyway, that's going to be your lot for tonight, guys. Here, as far as European TF2 goes down, I'm just going to quickly look at the teamfortress.tv schedule and see if there is a cast I can promote later tonight. Not yet. Nothing there for Tuesday. I think tomorrow we're going to cast Fenneks versus, Roberto against Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. That's going to be ESA, a one-mapper on Gullywash. That's starting at 21:30 CEST, a little bit later. Same time as this game, in fact. And there is also something happening in ETFTL. But anyway, follow us on Twitter at teamfortress.tv. Follow me on Twitter at Admirable Player. I'll keep you updated as to what we're going to do Also, check out teamfortress.tv for the latest scheduling, and vanillatf2.org for plenty of Euro news and a pretty up-to-date match ticker there if you want to follow out all the action that is happening. Ryushi, any final thoughts?
Don't do drugs, become a pop star, and you get given them for free.
Excellent. I'll have to put my co-casters on the spot there at the end of every cast. You came up with the goods this time, my friend. That's why you're destined for big things. Thank you, and shout out to Ducky as well.